welcome back, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for the last video, kind of abruptly ended. There was a problem. I filmed a bunch of stuff. Unbeknownst to me, the phone overheated in the tractor. And the last two videos that I shot, which were the outros for last week's episode, were gone. And it was already like midnight by the time I was in editing this video, and figured, oh, you guys need your video. So, yeah, wasn't quite complete. But there you go, you got a shorter video. It was less than half an hour. So, there you go. There's the silage field cleared off. And yeah, over here, the new growth is already, way up beyond the back tires, the lower part of the tires to the rim. So, yeah. So that's quite a pile from just one field. So what's going on this week? Piper of the Dugs. What the heck is, oh, it's after 10 o'clock. So, what you missed with the missing videos last week. So, I posted ads on the local classifieds to move all of last year's crop because I don't want to double handle it. And I figured it's safe enough now with the amount of bales we have. We're going to be fine. Selling new crop too, so there's that. So I listed it, and within 4 days, all of that, and then unbeknownst to me, that pile is also gone. Yeah, that was not expected, but I had a young farmer known to the family, and he was wanting hay, but this stuff here was a little bit over his budget. But I said, well, I do have last year's with a single rain on it, still very good because I've been feeding it to our fats and our yearlings. And he said, I'll take them all. How many do you have? So there's 80 bales there, so it's supposed to be by the end of the week. They're supposed to be coming to get that. A great friend and neighbor, I won't name names because that's not really, it's not fair, has spoken for most of this pile. So I'm not sure when they're planning to start trucking. And then at the end of it, like, I've had so many call, and it's heartbreaking. It honestly is, it's heartbreaking, a lot of the conversations I'm having with people, because it is bad. Like 2021 was really bad, but I'm hearing worse stories now. There's a lot of people who are just selling up their cows. They're done, they're out, they're tapped. The auction markets are filling up, which leads me to the next part of the conversation. And then got a message from a trucker who then took my cell phone number and gave it to their contact, and the local big auction market bought all the rest of them. And then they have turned around and said, how many more do you have? And we're looking to get a consistent supplier of good quality bales that weigh up. So things got a lot more interesting around here at the Shire. So, long story short, Sammys will start showing up tomorrow morning. This is Tuesday, so you were just watched last week's video. So yeah, I've been sort of trying to put out fires today. Yep. Extended the approach because there's going to be 53 footers coming into the yard. And the old approach was just not quite up to the snuff. So that'll help. Also went down to a friend, Guy Pounder. Hi Guy. I went down to Verdenag, and then went over to Wolverine Supplies, big ammunition place. Big shout out to Wolverine Supplies. If you're looking for any ammo, guns, or any of that stuff, Wolverine Supplies Verden, give them a shout. They literally have everything. not a lie. I was over there picking up a scale because part of going forward with the next crop, because they are so heavy, people need guarantees on the pounds. So I've got a scale, it's charging up right now. I'm going to start weighing bales probably tomorrow morning in between truckloads. So that's where we're at. Yeah, it's not a dull moment here at the Shire. So let's join you in the next clip, which will probably be tomorrow morning. Yeah. This took a turn for the worse, and you might find this a shock. Yeah, it's the orange asshole again. And if the guys who sold me this tractor still watch my channel, this would be why I do not answer your messages anymore. Because there is things that's going on here that you guys knew about. You had to have. The only way that you guys got this tractor out the door without it blagging oil all the way down the parking lot, and going by the damage that I've had to work on twice in here, you guys knew about it, and that's why your mechanic followed me loading this onto the trailer. It makes you upset. There's people like this. This thing was so cross-threaded and rammed together just to get out the door. It's not even funny. And I had to realign all of these pipes because 2 of them were cross-threaded and were over-washered just to keep the oil in. Of course, they let go. But the problem is, to replace that washer, you got to take the filter off, the filter housing off, the hard line that goes forward to the front wheel assist, and then you also have to take off this other line. I'm not sure what kind of a line it is, but that's this one here hanging. Now, don't worry, that one had also let go too. I'm not sure whether it's just because the O-ring is bone dry and rock hard, or it almost seems like it's undersized. Because the recess that it screws into back there, it's a huge recess. So it's either big O-ring or it's a small O-ring with the hard plastic backer. Is there no good places anymore? Everybody's just out to screw everybody over. And that's the thing is, that hard line there, I had to take this one off to get that off. That's that one there. But the great part is, to undo this elbow, you have to undo this block. Now, as far as I know, the block is not ported into the transmission. It's just a block. Because nothing has come out the back. And I remember doing this the last time. But I also remembered Allen Torx. Different sized. I know, yeah. Just so you were clear on this. Stripped Torxed. So, that would be why there is channel locks here. Not channel locks, vice grips. To undo that one. So Piper Doug's not in a good place. Thankfully, he managed to get the 3rd semi loaded today to finish out that one contract before this thing blagged all its oil out. It was basically hemorrhaging. And oh yeah, thanks to our superior leader, this bucket of oil is now $115 from $90 2 years ago. Yeah. Not good. So yeah, you try and you solve as many leaks as you possibly can. At some point this tractor has to be split because there's a drip. And the drip comes from up there. And we all know what's up there. Yeah, those are the driveline seals. This one's an absolute peach. Because along the way, someone has stretched these lines. So this bar here, I remember last time, that's why they cross-threaded it. You have to lever this bar down, this pipe down, to get it to line up with that elbow. Or it will cross-thread, and that's what they did last time. They just rammed it on. So anyway, I'm rabbiting on, and I'm just not in a good place. So I'm gonna get on. I gotta go wash all this stuff off. I gotta fix all these O-rings and put her back together. And you guys don't want to stay here with me. Trust me. Think she was trashed, boys? Yep. And this was the O-ring on the little one. Now it looks fine. Till you do that. It's rock hard. So the only thing I can think of is the jam nut washer wasn't locked up all the way, and there was a pile of oil coming past this one. There's a fair bit of oil coming past that one too, but yeah. So the other thing is, I do have your standard O-ring kit. Comes from Princesses of the Autos. Then I have a high density hydraulic O-ring kit. Ordered this one online, not Amazon. Ordered it eBay from a store, an actual store. Because these O-rings, I'm trying to think what the density is called. I think it's called a 60, is whatever the measurement is. And these are anywhere from 70 to 90. And I've learned the hard way because there's an O-ring on the big blue baler tractor on one of the pressure sides, and if you put those in, you will keep putting those in for a very long time because it'll just spit them back out till you put one of these in, and then you never do it again. So when it comes to hydraulics, I pretty much go straight to this box. I don't bother with that one anymore unless it's like a low pressure side. So my little tidbit for tonight. So I've just machine washed everything, and this is the part I was going to show you. Yeah, how's that? So these threads were right and royally messed up the last time I remember this. So I had a hacksaw and just cut the grooves back so that it would catch in the right direction. It's not pretty, but it does work. This part was not what was leaking. It was this part that was leaking. So I'm hoping I can get it again, but man, does that need to be changed. This tractor's going, that thing's going for an overhaul, so I'm gonna get them to replace all this stuff. But so yeah, it's gonna be an absolute, I remember the last time, an absolute poop show, because you have to hold that hard line down with a pry bar, push it in sideways, and then start the big thread on it. So it's gonna be fun. It's not getting done standing here though. We're back cutting. I tell you, I never thought I would be cutting second cuttings still in July. Yeah. Feeling blessed. The funny thing is, I'm more concerned with getting as many bales put up to get as many people's cows fed, more than making money. some of the stories I'm hearing from people having to put their cows away and hardships, it's not about the money. Like I said, get these bales made, get these cows fed. And here we are in the North Dam field. There's the dam. There's the South Dam field. This is the North Dam field. There is the big alfalfa field that you just saw me cutting it. So I opened that one up to get to this field. So this is what we're cutting. So this is the one cut and done field. And if you remember from previous years, rough as a badger's bum. This will be getting plowed up in the next 2 years. The field, the paddock back in the yard is the one that will be getting ripped up either this fall or next spring. This one will be next. It's tired. As you can see, there's not a lot of alfalfa. There's a fair bit of sweet clover in it. As you can see, patches of foxtail barley. There's one just over the rise there. It's a rather bad one right back there. But it's only about, I think it's 45 acres, 50 and a push. The first year, 2021, that really dry year, we got 111 bales off of this field. So 2 point something. Last year, I think it did half of that, and I think it'll probably do that same half again this year. Probably 1 bale to the acre, maybe 1.5 at a push, which will be fine. Like I said, at least it'll still make a couple of loads of bales for somebody. So, we're gonna get on with her, get her cut. We'll bale up the good stuff. We'll bale up the foxtail barley, and we'll do what we've done the last 2 years, and I will put a picture in showing what we did. We tossed them over the fence into the riparian area, and then the ducks and the critters use the bales for nesting. Don't waste it. That way they can use it. You don't burn it and all that nonsense. So, let's get on. This week on Piper Doug's mini rants. So we got some belts to fix. So I was all out of lacing kits. These are the lacing kits. Alligator, rivet, baler splices. I started using these many years ago when we had the New Holland baler and those wire crimp splices were just not doing the job. Got into these, and these are great. These, because you get two splices, so there's 2 pairs. They were around about $50 for this pack, so $25 per repair. And for the stress of the belt fixing, these were worth it. This package is now over $100 thanks to the old carbon tax. So yeah, that's fun. So every belt fix is over $50. Thanks, government. So yeah, everybody in the eastern Saskatchewan, western Manitoba, you can thank me. Yeah. It rained this morning. You can't, you literally can't, you literally can't write this. Every time we cut the headlands on this field, it rains. Without a word of a lie, for 2 years straight, it has rained every time we've cut the headlands. Not a lot. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, as the saying goes. I have no idea what that means though. But yeah. Now I had narrowed up the doors, not all the way in, but I narrowed them up from the fantastic setting that we've been talking about, because there's parts of the field where, like here, it's not greatly heavy, and I thought if I laid it out really wide I might lose a lot of that stuff. So, and after today, like it's like 19 degrees, it's gorgeous. That's why we're going to work on the tractor. Liam will be out with the truck shortly, so we'll get to that, and I will talk about what's happening as far as the fixing of the tractor. But yeah, pretty tidy. Yeah, it still didn't get any prettier. So while we wait for Liam to come out with the truck with all the gear in it, so the update. Really nice guy, Bruce, that's his name, Brucey, guy from Dauphin. There was some confusion, but we've got it all cleared back up. So he has gone to bat for us. So this is covered. All the damages. I think the pin is not covered, but everything else is covered. Because they don't cover the original brake, they cover all the damage done by the brake. That's technically how the insurance blah 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 goes. So, problem being is our local shop is backed up for weeks and weeks and weeks. Our local John Deere place is equally so busy and can't really commit. So, looks like it's going to be me and the Ginger Yeti there. We are going to be doing the majority of the teardown and all that good stuff. So, that's going to be a video. So stay tuned. If anything goes wrong, and you know that literally can happen around here, we'll bring you back. I'm going to start taking all this stuff off because it's all got to come away. On the road again, being sketchy on the road again, waiting for the wheels to fall off again. Oh, I want to be home in the yard again. Well, let's get in there, boys. Don't ask. So, the first semi-loads of hay are gone. You can kind of see the end of the big triple stack sitting there, and then the rest of these. The person that bought these has come and paid for them, so they are pending to be going out in the next couple of weeks. Now, you might notice that this video is literally bouncing around like a Red Bull gopher. Well, you saw this in the workshop, and I don't know if I was telling you that this has now started acting up. You will see there's a whole bunch of panels missing. So, that switch there is where it bottoms out, and then let's see if I can get you in here. I can't see it there. Wow, that's like really hidden. There is another switch there. See that part there? That's the other switch. So those two switches have to talk to each other. They are proximity switches with the clicking off and on, and between them they kind of work out the clutch pedal. Well, according to the dude up at Shoal Lake, the bottom one is pooched, so we have a new bottom one coming. Figure the top one doesn't go wrong very often, but you never know. We'll start with the bottom one. So I still can clutch, shuttle, but you see how jumpy it is. So something between the bottom switch not talking to the top switch properly is where things are going problematic. So I have to put my hand on my knee and push against the steering to be able to make tiny little movements in the clutch, because if not, this thing will bang and slam and it'll end up breaking something. So yeah, the great part is I did fix the oil leaks. Yeah, there you go. I did fix the oil leaks, but now we have this going on. So yeah, that's fun. So hauling bales off the south field, because the headlands on it are literally a foot tall now. And yes, we are cutting, second cutting already. But we had a rain this morning, so the dew's going to come down early tonight, so I figured I would just go and haul bales. Got kind of bad news today, and our thoughts are back in Scotland. One of my aunts sadly passed away. Yeah, it's never good, and it's times like this that you really do feel the miles when you're not over there to be with family. So yeah, I'm just sending out wishes to my cousins and the rest of the family, because it's never good. It doesn't matter how old they get, it doesn't matter what kind of a quality life they're having towards the end. It's never easy. So yeah, just figured I would go and haul bales and do something just to keep my mind busy. So let you go. It's not often you will see no water in these creeks. Dugout's still pretty good, but yeah, that's pretty bad. But you gotta love this. It is the charge of the chunky brigade. Come on, girls. Just a cloud of dust. That's probably all just from stumpers. Oh, they'll love it in here. They always love getting into the ravines. They can get into the dugout away from the plies and into this grass. Atta girls. Move over. Come on, babies. There you go. I think that's Jane. Jane's the first one through. At least when they come like this, strung out, they don't all barge through the gate together. It's where it's always nice to let them through when they're not actually standing here, because they actually can break the gate. But it's Jane. And there's Blackbird and Joker. Hey girls. And then they'll get the calves, they'll go on the wrong side of the gate and stand there like, oh, they won't let us through. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Yeah. And then you'll get the rocket scientists, they'll go down the wrong side of the fence and be stuck behind the gate. Yeah. And now I have to go rescue them. Yeah. Atta girls. That's one of the ones that we were darting for a sore foot. Seems like she's, oh wow. She literally just walked out through that gate. That's Eileen. Oh, of course. Okay, I better go open that. Well, it wasn't particularly warm today, but the AC wasn't keeping up. Trying to figure out why. Why is the AC not keeping up? And I remember this roof. If you remember a previous video where the roof had got blown open and there was mice damage in here, we cleaned a whole bunch of stuff out. Well, apparently not clean enough. That's probably why the AC has been having issues. So I'm gonna spray this on it, let it soak in, and then give it a light spraying with the pressure washer. How'd you going? Well, here's the ironic part. So yeah, we're into the second cut, as you have already seen. That's the first stuff from a few days ago. So coming back to start laying it down. So the heaviest stuff is actually not that far flowered. But the stuff that was cut the last on the first cut is terminating. See, it's still green underneath, but that's why I want to check it, because I don't want to lay the swaths out too much heavier. But this stuff was only cut a couple of days ago. Same stuff. Because like I said, I'm tempted to lay it out wider, but when I get to the other stuff, it might get bad. See, yeah, still green as anything underneath, and then tinder dry on top. So here's our problem. Now, this is where the raking will probably come in, but we'll see. Complicated. It's complicated. And yes, as you'll see, I'm leaving our little catchers. And yes, I know it's the last day of July, but if we don't get any more growth, I need these to be out here. So I think I might open her up one more door. So how is this for ironic? So I started the field with the doors tightened up to where they used to be, not thinking I would need it. And the outside headlands are taking a while to cure down. So I opened them back up a little bit, and it's still rolling the edges up on the swaths, because the alfalfa is still hitting the top door on the header. Now I'm going to own up to this. The whole field does not look like this. Well, almost half of it does. So we're laying her back out wide, guys. Yep. Can't take the risk. I need these bales to be good. So yeah, told you I'd show you. This is the other end of the field. So I was way over there in one of the dip-de-doos. So here you can see hardly any of it's touching the apron. It's maybe half the height, but as you can see, it's almost full flower. That's why I'm cutting. I know a lot of people, especially in Europe, won't know much about alfalfa. When it flowers, it's done. It's done growing. That's as far as you're going to get. Also, we have grasshoppers. The grasshoppers are moving in pretty bad. So at this point, all they're going to do is start hurting the plants. So there's the difference. Wide, half setting, narrow. I'll keep you posted how it goes. Hard to see here. Not bad looking slopes down here. So this is the dam, the North Dam field. Dam field. And there's the reason why it's called the dam field. So this is the dam that the Conservation District helped us put in. So it spends the first couple of years settling in before we put a downpipe in it so we can store more water in here. So right now that's just the basic, smallest amount that will sit in the dam. So then when they put the valve on the outgoing pipe, we'll start flooding more and more of the ravine. I know a lot of people won't understand that, but you don't have to. So yeah. So this is good, mostly grass, 90 to 95% grass. A little bit of clover, a little bit of alfalfa. So if there's people like horsey people that are looking for hay, I always said I would never sell to horse people, but we'll see. Yeah. We're going to cut during the day and then come out here in the evening when it starts to get a bit more sticky. That way it'll make better bales. So, and yes, we're using the Boss Lady's baler because it does a dang good job. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Be prepared for, I'm hoping it'll be a video halfway through the week. You should like it. It'll be different. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like the video. See you in the next one. Oh yeah, if you notice, the tractor's not revving very high right now. There's nothing wrong yet. When it's bumpy like this and you can't go fast, and it's quite dry because this is grass, it's quite dry. Drop the RPMs down. You don't need the RPMs to get this stuff baled up. So you drop the RPMs down and just grab a better gear. When you go to wrap the bale, you need to rev up, especially when you're doing net wrap, because you need the voltage to work the actuator. That's why. When the sun